Shalom, with Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, come out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. GEN.YAHANNA have been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians our true identity according to the Bible. Only people that the God of the Bible gives a damn about. I'm saying, and of course, that our oppressor is nothing short than the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. For today's class, I'm saying we're going to be going into the God of the Bible being a racist. So we're going to be destroying the false doctrines and ideals of a God that just loves everybody no matter what it is that they do. And we're also going to be going into how the great spirit and the worshiping of the plants and the sun and all that, you know what I'm saying, how it's nothing more than Christianity. How it's nothing more than a doctrine that was made up by our oppressor to keep us down and destroyed. Saying, because if there was a great spirit out there that truly loved everybody, then it wouldn't sit there and let the destruction of how multiple nations just go without consequences. I'm saying it wouldn't let the invasion of America go without consequences, or the transatlantic slave trade go without consequences, or when the conquistadors invaded South America and caused all types of destruction and horrendous acts down there. You know, those that would not go without consequences. And us sitting there and saying that, you know what I'm saying, our ancestors is part of that great spirit, and our ancestors would want us to sit there and love everybody. You know, that is a disgrace to our bloodline. We're supposed to do nothing short of hate the people that have destroyed our nation for so long. Saying we're supposed to do nothing short but want the death and destruction of these nations that have caused so much pain upon our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, and our people up until today. The same people that have never let up, you know what I'm saying, on our nation. You know what I'm saying, we should want nothing but their pain and their suffering. So we're gonna give everybody a second to get up in here, saying, because this is some heavy knowledge that the nation of Israel is going to want. You know what I'm saying, in order to know that there is a God out there that has love for them, a God out there that cares about all the atrocities that were committed against them, not only in the past but even till today. So we're gonna go ahead and give everybody a hot second to get up in here. So while we're waiting, if you want to go ahead and get there, we're going to start in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. Slovakia. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. For those of us that don't know, I'm saying this scripture right here, really any scripture throughout this damn Bible is talking to the children of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So it's letting us know that we are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. Saying the word holy means separate, meaning that we're supposed to be something that is completely, that we're supposed to be a whole different monster, compared to these other nations. We're supposed to have morals and standards, and laws that we actually carry out and stick to, as compared to these other nations, which of course, they break their own laws. You got our oppressor out here saying, well, hell, we already know what all he's doing. He's out here murdering us, kidnapping, extortion, selling drugs. He's a drug addict. The list just goes on and on and on and on. Along with all these other nations, they all do the same damn thing that our oppressor does. Our oppressor, he just bumps it up a notch. But us as a people, so-called natives, we are not supposed to be partaking in them ways that our oppressor, does. Which, sad to say, a lot of our police forces on the res, they're sitting there and they are doing these things for our oppressor. They're sitting there and they are selling drugs for him. And they're making whores out of our women. Some of them might even be the leading cause of all these damn Native women that are just coming up missing and nothing's being done about it. These are some of the few things that us as a nation we're not supposed to be partaking in. And it's not only just the keeping the laws and having our own customs and culture and all that, but that goes into not celebrating the holidays of our oppressor. And there is an absurd amount of natives out here getting ready to celebrate Halloween, which if you do your research, proper research on any holiday in America, any holiday that our oppressor celebrates, whether it's in America, whether it's over in Europe, you'll learn that those holidays celebrate the death and the damn, the suffering of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. No matter what holiday it is, we've always been persecuted on them days. Whether it was something that's minor or major, we've always been the people that were targeted and utterly, just destroyed on them days. We were the top people that were sought out and tortured and mutilated and just caused some type of affliction on all these days that our oppressor celebrates. Especially with this damn Halloween that's coming up. I always see posts on Facebook with all these natives getting excited and posting their costumes early and their Halloween makeup early. Not knowing that all this is just you celebrating the death of your ancestors. All you gotta do is look into history and you can tell, that There were natives that were tortured on this day, that were raped on this day, saying murdered and poisoned. I'm saying all these things that our oppressor celebrates. I'm saying he celebrates all these things for a reason. And we just sit there and we act like it's just good fun, you know? It's a day for the children. Saying if a day for the children means you got to sit there and celebrate the death of your people, then I say to hell with them children. To hell with them holidays that bring them laughter and joy. Because we should let them children know what these holidays really represent. And we should bring out the crimes that were committed against us on these days. And let our children know why it is that we should not celebrate these days. And that goes into anything that these heathens are doing. I'm saying we're not supposed to be partaking in their philosophies, which of course we all know the main one, the one that they have pumped throughout history to our people, saying whether we were in our own cities, whether we were on the res, whether we're, I'm saying in the cities of America till today. I'm saying that the ideal and that philosophy of God loves everybody. Saying we should look back at history leading up till today, and we should know that God don't love every goddamn body. We should sit there and know that a great spirit and the ancestors don't love every goddamn body. See, if that was the case, there would be peace on earth, yo. Because everybody, even our oppressor, he'll sit there and claim to love everybody, but he'll sit there and murder us where we stand and make sure that our communities get the worst of rations and conditions. But if there was a great spirit out there, you know what I'm saying, he put that spirit on people to sit there and join one to another. When joining to one to another has never been the case throughout history. You know what I'm saying we were never able to join to our oppressor and sit there and question what he does or try to come up with solutions to what it is that he's doing, hoping that he would take our counsel. I'm saying them is just those are just things that don't happen here in America or anywhere across the earth. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord thy God, our God, the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? The God that has made this evident throughout the entire Bible, whether it's Old Testament, Apocrypha, or the New Testament, he's made it evident that we are a special people unto him. I'm saying a people that should not be partaking in the ways of these heathens, no matter what it is. No matter if it's a damn celebration, no matter if it's joining hand in hand and being all smiley and polite to these wicked bastards. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's them practicing their philosophies, you know what I'm saying? We were made to be a special people unto the Most High God, which is why our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, our people, why we kept the language that the Most High and the angels speak in heaven. You know what I'm saying, our people, we used to speak the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying, or the Lashawan Kadash, or the Holy Tongue. You know what I'm saying, we used to keep that culture and that custom amongst our nation until we decided to go against what the Most High, you know what I'm saying, decided for us to be. You know what I'm saying, he decided for us to be a holy people, a separate people. And we went against that. And we joined ourselves to our oppressor and to all these other heathens, saying especially the goddamn Africans. And then we ended up altering and losing our culture. You know what I'm saying, we ended up losing our language and our customs that are in this Bible, and we altered it to fit what it was that these damn heathens were doing. Salaki. I'm saying, we're a special people unto the Most High God by how, just by him giving us these laws, statutes, and commandments. I'm saying, because we're gonna find out later, that he ain't deal with everybody like that. He ain't intend for everyone to have this certain way of living and these codes to live by. I'm saying, he only intended that for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But we sat there and we turned our back on the Most High God. We sat there and we adopted whatever bastardized form of Christianity our oppressor gave us. And we sat there and we accepted our enemy into our cities, into our towns, I'm saying, into our families, and so on and so forth. And the Most High God, he ain't intended for that, yo. I'm saying, he intended for us to be a separate nation of people. One that would view these other nations how he did. I'm saying, but we gave in to what our oppressor could give us. Therefore, our nation, we were utterly and absolutely destroyed as a people. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Saying the Most High God, he created us to be above these other nations on the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Let that sink in for a minute, for a hot second. Sit there and think about not only all the lies that the Christian church has told you, all the lies that the wise men and the shamans have told us about a great spirit that wants us all to come together. I'm saying, because the Bible will sit there and tell us that we are above all of these disgusting and wicked nations on this earth. And us knowing that we are above these people, we should sit there and look at what they do as just something that is completely against not only the Lord, but against our people. And when they sit there and force them ideals and philosophies, you know what I'm saying, and their own culture onto us, you know what I'm saying, we should see that as an act of war. Because really, that's what this is. What our oppressor, you know what I'm saying, the so-called European man, locust man, you know what I'm saying, pink bastard. These things that he's been forcing on our people for generations upon generations upon generations, these are acts of war. But us as a people, we sit there and we just ignore it. I'm saying we see it as a key element in being able to bring our nation back from the ashes. And really, these things that we sit there and accept, they are what has destroyed our nation. They are what has led us astray and caused us to hate our brother when we used to have such strong goddamn brotherhood amongst our people. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. It's in the Apocrypha. See, those of you that don't have the Apocrypha and you sit there and you talk against it, saying it's not of the Lord, it's not in the Bible. I'm saying just know, you know what I'm saying, that the King James version of the Bible, you know what I'm saying, the 1611, that's got the Apocrypha in it. Just know that the man that got all the scholars together to translate and compile these scriptures, you know, saying the same man that did that he went to war with the damn Roman Catholic Church in order to get this book right here. You know what I'm saying? The Apocrypha, which has the missing books in it from the from the Old Testament to the New Testament. So we'll give everybody a second to get there. Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. So that's a big thing, not only in the black community, talking about we all came from Adam. You know what I'm saying? The Lord made us all designated to watch over the creatures and the land and each other. Saying that's a big thing in the native Indian community. Saying because you can sit there and you can look at You know what I'm saying? Look at what those that believe in a great spirit and the ancestors, they sit there and say how we were all made to look over the lands. I'm saying not only the lands, but the creatures. You know what I'm saying? They all sit there and say these things. But at the end of the day, there's only one nation that sits there and looks over the land and its creatures. There's only one nation that sits there and does not kill and, you know what I'm saying, destroy and hell even rape the creatures of the land. Because let's face it, our oppressor, you know what I'm saying, the Africans and Arabs and Asians, East Indians, these people, it is part of their culture to sit there and have sex with animals, yo. You know what I'm saying? If that don't tell you how disgusting these people are, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what will. Because you can sit there and you can clearly see how these people will lay with an animal, and then you're gonna sit there and go out of your way to have children with these people, to make marriages with them, and to develop some kind of friendship with these vile nations. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what the Lord meant when he said, you know what I'm saying, Adam also whom he hath made Lord over all thy creatures. You know what I'm saying? When he said that, just look at what our ancestors did. You know what I'm saying? How we would take things in moderation, how we wouldn't cause the species to go extinct. You know what I'm saying? How we would respect the animals. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of things that he meant. And in return, the animals, you know, they would respect us. Cause you can go and you can look at videos today and you can see all these damn uh pink bastards sit there and get attacked by these animals at random. But yeah, you can go and you can look at a black Hispanic or Native Indian and they're feeding damn wild deer and jaguars and lions without putting a whip to their back. You know what I'm saying? That's that right there. That gives you a hint that we are something that is completely different from these other nations. Because these other nations will sit there and beat these animals half to death to get them to submit to them. Meanwhile, we can just pop up on the scene and these animals are ready to damn sit and roll over for us as a people. Of him come we all. So we all know that's a big thing Christians like to say, whether you're Christian or Catholic. They like to say, shoot, we all come from Adam, therefore we're all one people. Just like our people will sit there and say, I'm saying we all come from the great spirit, therefore we're all one. I'm saying when that's just very, 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 very far from the case. I'm saying you can sit there and look at the things that were done to us, and you can tell that we are not all one people. We're not all one nation. The shoot that wasn't even made equal, you know. Saying if that was the case, none of the atrocities that happened to us in the past, not only us, so-called natives, but blacks and Hispanics, you know what I'm saying? None of that would have happened if we were all one. If we all came from, you know what I'm saying, this one bloodline. Although we all did come from Adam, the Lord did separate us into being separate nations. You know what I'm saying? Letting you know that, shoot, we don't all come from the same bloodline. I'm saying we are a chosen bloodline that the Lord specifically picked out. You know what I'm saying? The Lord specifically divided the nations. I'm saying for a reason. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. I'm saying so we all do come from Adam. I'm saying, but there's a specific nation whom the Lord has chosen to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? These people whom he have chosen to make sure that there is order throughout the earth. People whom he had chosen to rule the planet Earth, you know what I'm saying, and all these other nations. I'm saying the Lord chose a specific nation for these things. And he chose blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to rule over all these people. You know what I'm saying? To rule these people with a rod of iron when they sit there and they practice their heathen customs and traditions. When they sit there and disobey those that were made masters over all the creatures of this earth. You know what I'm saying? The Lord created a specific nation for that. And no matter how much our people sit there and say, you know, we're all supposed to be chosen and take care of each other and the earth and blah 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 blah, they scoop. I'm saying the Bible lets us know that he chose a specific nation. The same nation that's throughout this entire book. And that is the 12 tribes of Israel. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's it. That's all it's about. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? If you want something else, I don't know what to tell you. Because that's all the Lord gives a damn about. Is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's all there is to it. You can sit there and love our oppressor all you want. You can sit there and cry and beg and pray and plead for his salvation and for the Lord not to destroy him. But at the end of the day, when Christ returns, our oppressor is going to be nothing more than a goddamn slave. No matter who it is. Saying be the president of the goddamn United States. He could be somebody that was sitting there building up the reservations for hell half his goddamn lifetime. It could be your goddamn mother. The Lord is going to make these people pay. And they are going to be the slaves of the nation of Israel. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Saying, but you know what? If you want a little bit of mercy to be shown upon, you know what I'm saying, these heathens, not all these heathens, you know what I'm saying, just the ones in your family, you know what I'm saying, your mother and her grandparents and your aunts and uncles, you know what I'm saying, get into the I.S.U.P.K under Command GEN.YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying, you can have these people as your house slaves. You know what I'm saying, you can make sure that they get the less harsh punishments that will be given to them in the kingdom of heaven. So, which, in my point of view, shoot, the least amount, you know what I'm saying, you could have your your mother's father, Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Whip your mother's family's backs. You know what I'm saying? That's the least amount of punishment you give them, at the very least. I'm saying, but they don't matter who in the hell these people are. You know what I'm saying? All of these heathen nations are going to be slaves and utterly be destroyed and punished for what they've done to the children of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I'm saying that's what the Lord has chose us to do, to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and to rule over these other nations when Christ returns. Verse 55, all this have I spoken before thee. Saying where the Lord speak this to the nation of Israel before. I'm saying, because a lot of us those of us in the Christian church, we like to say that the Old Testament was done away with. That it's nothing but the New Testament now. But this book between the old and the new, you know what I'm saying, that was leading up to the events that was happening in the New Testament, is letting us know that the Lord spoke this to us in the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying, when he said he spoke this before thee, that can only happen in the Old Testament. That's the only place that is documented that it has ever happened. Oh Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. And so the Bible lets you know that the Lord, the Most High God, made the world for our sakes. So he made society and all the luxurious things that these heathens is doing in their own societies. He made all this for our sakes, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So he made all this so that us as a nation, so that we can thrive and prosper and travel as we see fit. You know what I'm saying? He made it so that we could rule the world and this earth. But because of not only Christianity, our damn spirituality of loving everybody. You know what I'm saying? We sit there and we go against what the Most High says. Saying, because it lets us know that it was made for us. But we sit there and we make it for our oppressor. We sit there and we make sure our oppressor gets rich or takes the vacation that we think he needs, and so on and so forth. And we go out of our way to make sure that these things benefit and go in the way of our oppressor. Saying, when in reality we should shoot. I'm saying, if we knew what was really in this Bible, if we knew that the Lord made the world for our sakes, you know what I'm saying, we'd have a completely different perspective on these other nations. You know what I'm saying, not only on our nation, but these other nations. We would know what these people are doing was meant for us. You know what I'm saying, these people living lavishly, traveling to different countries and continents, sitting there doing as they please, buying whatever they please, that was meant for us as a nation. That we should be the ones out here living the lives of the rich of America. When instead we are out here just in the damn gutters, tucked off in the boonies, in the reservations, suffering and dying I'm saying for generations. But imagine if we knew that the world was made for our sakes. That these people that are living lavishly, I'm saying that was made for us. That we're supposed to be the ones living lavishly and not just be tucked off in some damn corner on the worst pieces of land and the worst conditions. So imagine if we knew these things as a people. You know what I'm saying? There'd be a goddamn outrage throughout every reservation throughout America. Hell, we would have never have went on the reservations when our oppressor was sitting there and trying to force us into these things. You know what I'm saying we would have went to war knowing that the world was made for us. Knowing that we are supposed to be shoot what people in the world be saying, you know what I'm saying, living our best life. You know what I'm saying? We would have went to war for this. But instead, because we sit there and love everybody and accept everything, now look at us. We're sitting here and we are utterly destroyed. You know what I'm saying? We're living in the worst parts of America. Saying, but if we knew that we were more than what our enemy and our oppressors made us out to be, if we knew that we were more than that, man, I'm saying our people, we would have come out of these gutters, out of these boonies and these damn reservations. I'm saying which is what is happening with the UPK under Command Gen.YAHANNA. I'm saying this is what's happening when we start to wake up to this truth. We start to come out of this way of life that our oppressor has forced onto us as a nation. And we start to realize that we are more than savages. Saying that we are more than what it is that our enemy makes us out to be, no matter how much he pushes his agenda onto us. You know what I'm saying? We're more than this. And we are far greater than what he could ever imagine. Verse 50, as for the other people which also come of Adam. Saying so there's those chosen people saying that the Lord made the world for our sakes. There's those people tucked off to the side, and then there's them other people that are also come from Adam. I'm saying we're gonna learn about who these other people are. We're gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear some things that you from your damn Christian pastor, hell, anybody that you know that knows this Bible, or anybody that you know that sits there and promotes loving everybody amongst our communities. Slovakia, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. So these other people, these people that are not chosen for a specific purpose, for a specific reason, these other people that they are nothing. I'm saying these people don't mean a goddamn thing. that something could happen to this nation, to these nations, no matter who it is, and the Lord ain't going to give a damn about it. Saying these same people that sat there and spread disease throughout the land of America, that sat there and raped and murdered and stole and lied in order to achieve this land. These same people that come from Adam, that the Lord did not choose. He didn't choose these people. He didn't choose everybody. These people, they are nothing to the Most High. And guess what? If they're nothing to the Most High, then this great spirit that we believe in, they should be below nothing to that. Because we sit there and we boast about the ancestors being one with the great spirit. Well, if that's the case, think of all of our ancestors that were raped and mutilated and tortured and murdered and lied to. You know what I'm saying? Just think about these things, and you truly think that this spirit could sit there and love everyone? That he or it is going to sit there and forgive and join itself to everybody? You know what I'm saying? If you sit there and you believe that, then you're nothing more than a goddamn Christian. No matter how much you sit there and say that you don't believe in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? If you sit there and you believe everybody is loved by a God, then you're a damn Christian. Because you can go back in history for the past 400 plus damn years, and you can see that there's not a God that sits there and loves everybody. Look at what our ancestors went through. Is that loved by your great spirit? Is that loved by the Christian God? All the women that had their babies cut out of their wombs, and said babies, either their head were crushed under boots or against rocks or thrown into damn jungles. All the men and women that were burned alive and torn apart by dogs. And you want to sit there and say that the great spirit, you know what I'm saying, that the God of the Bible loves everybody? Saying these are things that would happen to us if we didn't stick to that damn ideal and law that our people are supposed to be separate from these other nations. All these atrocities that have happened to us, they have happened because we sat there and we indulged and damn participated in these heathen customs and their way of life. I'm saying there's a reason the Lord has destroyed us amongst these nations. And there's a reason he hasn't destroyed any other nation like he has us. That's because we're held at a certain standard, a standard higher than any of these other nations, a standard higher than the people that we would sit there and shuck and jive for and make ridiculous arguments for and try to make sure that they can get some type of salvation, which is our oppressor. So we're held at a higher standard than these people. Because in reality, these people are held at a very low standard. The Lord created these people to be nothing but, you know what I'm saying, vile, wicked bastards. And well, he created us to be, you know what I'm saying, holy, to be the righteous of the earth. Meanwhile, the righteous of the earth wants to sit there and cry and moan and argue and die for the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. And it just goes to show you how destroyed our nation is as a whole. So but be like unto spittle. Since the Lord nations that come from Adam, I'm saying that he views as nothing, that they be like unto saying me, whatever happens to these damn heathens, I'm saying these people, I'm saying that he ain't gonna give a damn about any of it. Because if you think about it, if you sit there, let's say you're walking along, enjoying your day, and you just spit, you know what I'm saying? You get that bad taste out of your mouth. I'm saying you sit there and you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, you sit there and you just get that taste out of your mouth. You ain't gonna give a damn about it. You're gonna sit there and be like, I wish I could get that taste back. I wish I could get there and hell not of spit. You know what I'm saying, the Lord don't feel that way about these other nations. You know what I'm saying? Because these other nations is that terrible taste in his mouth when he wakes up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that you want to get out of there. Something you got to go out of your way in order to make sure that you don't have to damn these heathens believe in. Saying which is skin tone. Saying the Lord, I'm saying these heathens is a bad taste in the Lord's mouth because of what he has done to the children of Israel, to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. There are bad tastes for the Trail of Tears. There are bad tastes for the invasion of our land, for the enslavement of our people, saying for the destruction of our culture and customs, and so on and so forth. The list, it just goes on and on and on and on. I'm saying we'll be here all goddamn day if we're sitting here and listing the crimes and atrocities and the reasons why the Most High despises these other nations. I'm saying we'll be here all damn day if we list them things out. I'm saying, but the way that the Most High feels, the God of this Bible, we should feel the exact same way. So these nations should be nothing more than a bad taste. I'm saying something we can't wait to just get out of us and be done with. I'm saying something that we can just spit out, not even look at it, and keep walking. You know what I'm saying? That's how we should feel about these other nations. But instead, because of Christianity and the damn Great Spirit, which is just another Christian doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Because of that, you know what I'm saying, we look at these heathen nations as if they are the best damn thing that has ever happened in this world. So we look at these people as if we can't get enough of these people. You know what I'm saying, we got to go back for seconds and thirds. Really, the thought should have never have crossed our damn mind. You know what I'm saying? That goes to show you just how destroyed we are as a people. It's like it has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And so he likened an abundance of them that falleth from a drop of a vessel. You know what I'm saying? You sit there and you wonder what this means. For instance, take for instance, look at all the damn crimes and atrocities that our oppressor commits against these heathen nations. You know what I'm saying? Look at all this war that he's caused. Look at all these damn, I don't know, kidnappings and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord says that he likened the abundance of them. So all these damn, let's say, Arabs that our oppressor has been bombing for so damn long. I'm saying, Lord, likens the abundance of them. All these thousands of people, damn near millions of people that have suffered, the Lord, you know what I'm saying, that's nothing more than a drop that falls from a vessel. I'm saying you sit there and you drink some water and you pull that away and a little drop fall away. You know what I'm saying? That's what these people are to the Lord. See, I don't know about you, but when that drop fall away, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm not gonna sit there and try to catch it and say, if anything, I'm gonna jump out of the way and watch it as it falls to the ground. Saying which is how the Lord be watching these other nations crumble. How the Lord watches the destruction of these heathens. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Lord feels about these people. You know what I'm saying? That's a drop that falls from a vessel right there. There's people that you jump out of the way of and not, you know what I'm saying, not go out of the way of in order to try to stop. You know what I'm saying? Lord don't give a damn about what happens to these people. No matter what nation it is. And until the end of days. I'm saying, which, shoot, really, it's never, the Lord is never going to give a damn about these other nations. No matter what nation it is. No matter how much we sit there and pray and cry. The Lord ain't going to give a damn about these people because these same people have afflicted our nation, you know what I'm saying, beyond recognition, yo. You know what I'm saying? They've gone past afflicting our people upon the point which is reasonable. You know what I'm saying? They just carry on and on and on and on with it. Because at the end of the day, the goal of our oppressor is to make sure that us as a nation, us as a whole, that we are utterly destroyed out here in America. And if he could cause a complete genocide and wipe us off the face of this earth, he would do so. But because we are a chosen people, you know what I'm saying, a people that is not counted as spittle to the Lord. a people that is not counted as a drop that falleth from a vessel, because we are not the same as these other nations. I'm saying the Lord would not allow such a thing. Saying these people, they can afflict us how it is they see fit. You know what I'm saying? They can sit there and try to wipe us off the face of this earth. But at the end of the day, they will never succeed, just like they haven't in the past. You know what I'm saying? The disease that our oppressors spread out throughout these lands killed hell over 90% of us. You know what I'm saying? It was killing up to 90 and 98% of our Hispanic brothers. When our oppressor first came to these lands, but at the end of the day, the Lord, He made sure that we survived and that we grew and that our nation prospered for a period of time. So, and you can't say the same for these heathen nations, because at the end of the day, what afflicted us in the past, what caused us so much misery and death and suffering, that would have wiped out any other nation across the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? It's just as simple as that. But because the Lord chose us to be his people, I'm saying the people to rule this earth and to make sure that we keep the customs and culture and traditions and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? The Lord made sure that we did not get wiped out so long ago, which is what our oppressor would love for to happen to us, is for us to just be extinct, and for us to be no more amongst you know what I'm saying, his people. And but the Lord has something else in store for us as a nation, which is to rule over the same man that sat there and did everything in his power to try to make us go extinct. Saying the same man that sat there and tried to make us stray from our culture and try to make us love him with everything we got. You know what I'm saying? This same man is going to be our damn slave in the kingdom of heaven and utterly be destroyed. Saying if you're a native, that should be music to your ears. That these same people that destroyed our nation and caused so much suffering, that they are going to get what is just to come their way. Saying it's really as simple as that right there. We're going to go ahead and book Psalms 147, verse 19 to 20. Give everybody a second to get there. It's lucky. why. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. Showeth his word unto Jacob. I'm saying, for those of you that don't know, the Lord's word is what's in this Bible right here. You know what I'm saying? These laws, statutes, and commandments. Saying he showed them only unto Jacob, which is the forefather of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So we're gonna get in. It's like we're gonna get into a little bit more. And his judgments unto Israel. Verse 20. He hath not dealt so with any nation. I'm saying, so the Lord has not showed any other nation, you know what I'm saying, his statutes and his judgments. You know what I'm saying? The word of this Bible, which shows you that he only deals with one nation of people. You know what I'm saying? The same nation of people that he gave these statutes and judgments to. You know what I'm saying? The nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And we know that's the case because you can go back and you can look at how our culture was before our oppressor put us in chains and conquered us. You can go back and you can look at, for instance, look at what happened anytime anybody committed adultery. You know what I'm saying? That person would be put to death. It didn't matter if you were a woman sleeping with a man, if you were a man sleeping with another man's woman, if you were making whores out of our women, and so on and so forth, being gay, you know what I'm saying, us as a people, we would put you to death for doing such a thing. Same thing goes for doing drugs, going for worshiping other gods or adultery, or shoot, the list just goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? You can go back and you can look throughout history and you can clearly see who it is that had these, you know what I'm saying, these statutes and these customs. I'm saying these judgments, and that was not only so-called Native Indians, but that was blacks and Hispanics. Us as a whole, as a nation, you know what I'm saying, we had all of this. I'm saying it was clearly evident if you go back and you look at, you know what I'm saying, South America, and you can go and you can see that they were doing the same thing that we were doing. Then you might sit there and say, well, you know, we were so close as a people land wise that they had no choice but to blah 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 blah. Well, if that's the case, then you know what I'm saying, the so-called Native Indians, you know what I'm saying, the Gadites up in Canada, they wouldn't have been doing the same thing as Hispanics. When in reality, they were doing the same damn thing. They were doing the same thing as so-called natives here in the land of America, and they were doing the same thing as all the Hispanics, it's like so-called Hispanics throughout South America. I'm saying that goes to show you that we are one people as a whole. And no matter what it is that our oppressor tries to throw against us, that we're going to always be one people. I'm saying no matter what it is that comes against us, no matter what lies are told to us, or you know what I'm saying, we're always going to be one nation of people. And at the end of the day, deep down in our spirit, we are going to know that we're one people. I'm saying we can clearly tell throughout history that we're one people. We can clearly tell that no matter what it is that we're going through, that we can band together. That we got the same culture and customs, and we spoke the same languages, and had the same laws. You know what I'm saying we knew we were one people then, but because of the Christian doctrine pushed on us, you know what I'm saying, and the damn diversity and division that was pushed on us so long ago, we no longer see ourselves as such. No longer see ourselves as one nation. I'm saying that's simply due to our oppressor dividing us and being the damn devil that the Bible speaks of, no matter what time period it is. You always sit there and divide us as a nation. Verse 20, he hath not dealt so with any nation. Seems just like we brought out earlier, the Lord, he ain't give his statutes and his judgments. You know what I'm saying? In the word of this Bible to any other nation. Which is why no other nation has morals and standards like the nation of Israel. I'm saying that's clearly evident throughout any part of history that these other nations, they don't give a damn about what's truly going on, as long as it's not, utterly destroying their people. You know what I'm saying that shows you that these other nations, they ain't a damn thing compared to us. Because at the end of the day, we always cared about what was happening to not only natives but blacks and Hispanics, which is why we would sit there and we would fight and free slaves from plantations. Why we would sit there and we'd flee to South America to make sure that no European would invade them lands when our land was taken from us so long ago. Saying we would make sure that our brothers were set, even if it meant that we didn't get to be, the strongest amongst our brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because back then we had some form of unity and brotherhood. Meanwhile, today, all we focus on is making sure that our oppressor is set. You know what I'm saying? We make sure he's good and thriving and comfortable. Meanwhile, our people are living in the worst possible conditions on the reservations, just suffering and dying and coming up missing. You know what I'm saying? We're going through hell on these reservations, and our people don't give a good goddamn about it. Because if you truly gave a damn about any of it, you would have done been in this school. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't join the school long ago, then you'd be seeking You know what I'm saying, searching and doing everything you could to get into these classes and become a young man and then a trooper in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General Yahanna. But with all that love that you spew out, I'm saying you don't love our people as much as you say you do. If you can't give up, you know what I'm saying, these worldly things to come into the school and build up our nation as a whole. Lucky. And for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. Saying, so that's that right there. That's letting us know that no other nation has known the judgments of this Bible. I'm saying no matter what nation it is, no matter how much we try to accept them into our societies and all that, no other nation can know these things. Not because of their skin tone, like our oppressor makes it out to be. You know what I'm saying, with him pushing his damn white Jesus and God through Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Lord has not known these people not only because he didn't choose them, but because of their crimes against so-called native Indians. You know what I'm saying, Lord ain't gonna give a damn about these people that sit there and destroy his favorite nation. You know what I'm saying? The nation who he has chosen for a specific purpose, which at the end of the day is to rule over all these other nations. Just like, you know what I'm saying, if you sit there and you got a favorite child and there's another child sitting there and abusing them, so on and so forth, you ain't gonna give a damn about these people. So you're gonna sit there and you ain't gonna make sure you give them all your love and all that nonsense. So we're gonna go to Malachi chapter 1 verse 2. Give you a second to get there. It's a lot. We're going to get into it. Book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 2. I have loved you. I'm saying, for those of you that don't know the Bible, I'm saying this right here is talking about the Most High loving blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Saying the 12 tribes of Israel. If you want to sit there and try to question and doubt this, so you can look throughout this entire book and you can see that anytime he says he loves somebody, a specific nation, a specific group of people, the nation of Israel is always going to pop up. No matter what it is, no matter if it's Old Testament, no matter if it's New Testament, the Apocrypha, I'm saying the Lord is always going to say that he loves blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and that's it. He won't mention love for anybody else. Saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? So this is our disgusting oppressor there and saying, well, you love the children of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I'm saying, but where's your love for us as a people? You know what I'm saying? And it's not only our oppressor that is saying this, but it is also our own nation that will sit there and say, oh, where is your love for the white man, for our oppressor? You know what I'm saying? Your son is created in his image. Why don't you love him? Man, the Lord don't love these disgusting people because of the heinous and vile acts they have committed against the children of Israel. Because of all the lying and deceiving that they have done to us as a nation. I'm saying, the list goes on and on and on. The Lord don't give a damn about these people, no matter who it is. Like I said before, you could sit there and spend, you know what I'm saying, 30 to 30 plus years of your life trying to build up these reservations to better the lives of so-called Native Indians. The Lord ain't going to give a damn about you. So the only thing he gives a damn about is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You want to sit there and you cry about it. You sit there and you try to pray in order for our oppressor to get some type of love from the Most High God. You can go ahead and do that. But just know the Lord don't give a damn about your crocodile tears. He don't give a damn about these people that have oppressed us for 400 years. He don't give a damn about these people, and he will never give a damn about them. No matter how much we sit there and beg and plead. Saying, shoot, that's just the way of life, yo. Saying there's not a damn thing you can do about it. No matter how much you cleave to our oppressor. I'm saying you want to sit there and cleave to him, no sweat. The Lord's going to destroy not only our oppressor, but you along with him. I'm saying he ain't going to bat a damn eye at it. Because at the end of the day, not only loving the Most High God is something very important, but loving your own people is something that should be, you know what I'm saying, held above anything else. Saying because we're out here absolutely hating our own nation. Saying we're wishing that genocide would come to our people. Was not Esau Jacob's brother? I'm saying, so we sit out here and we say, saying was not our oppressor our brother one point in time in history? Did we not join hand in hand and sing kumbayas and worship the Great Spirit and make sure that that prosperity came amongst our nation. We were brothers at one point. Not only did the Lord divide us as a nation, but we never were able to come together as a people. Esau was always against Jacob, and Esau always sought out the death of his brother. You know what I'm saying? The man whose loins he came out of with his brother. You know what I'm saying? He always sought the death of him. Just like he has in the past. You sit there and you say, well, weren't we supposed to be brothers? Well, where was that brotherly love when our oppressor was sitting there and taking our scalps back when Britain was in these lands? You know what I'm saying? Coins. He was sitting there and cutting the scalps off of not only men, but women and children. Where was that brotherly love when our oppressor would sit there and crush our babies' heads under his boot heel? That love would sit there and rape our women and burn them alive. You know what I'm saying? And do what he does and cut off their damn breasts. Where was that love, that brotherly love, when he was spreading disease throughout these lands? You know what I'm saying? Esau has never loved our people. You know what I'm saying? I say to hell with Esau. I hope the Lord does unto him what he has done unto our people, unto so-called native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Because that's only right. That's only, you know what I'm saying? That's the only just thing that could happen to these people is done unto them. So our babies that were snatched away and shoot, you know what I'm saying, killed, I'm saying that should happen to our oppressor. Those of us that were whipped and mutilated for disobeying whatever ridiculous rules our oppressor had in place, the same should be done unto him. And of course, if our oppressor disobeys what it is that we say, death should come his way, because hey, that's the right thing to do. That's what he did to us. I'm saying he made sure death came our way if we didn't follow whatever ridiculous, guidelines and order it was that he gave out. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. This is a people, we sit there and we want to ignore all that and just join together. Forgive any and everything that was done. Forgive all the native women that have come up missing, and all the, you know what I'm saying, natives on the reservations that are killing themselves because of the conditions we live in due to our oppressor. Forgive all of the drugs that are pumped into our communities and the brothers and sisters killing one another in order to get their fix. I'm saying we want to forgive those things. I'm saying that's how much love we have for our oppressor, to just sit there and forgive any and everything. When the men in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, the priests and the prophets in this school, we don't want to, I'm saying we don't want to forgive our oppressor. We want justice for our nation, which is why we push this truth right here in this Bible. so that we can get justice for our ancestors and for our brothers and sisters being murdered and tortured and Lord knows what else is happening to them. You know what I'm saying? So we can get justice for them in these streets. I'm saying that's what the UPK is all about, is our people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? The 12 tribes of Israel, Yasher Allah, and the Hebrew. It's lucky. Saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob. So Esau, you know what I'm saying, he was our brother at one point in time. But the Lord still loved our forefather, Jacob. And which lets us know that at the end of the day, that the Lord is going to love Jacob's offspring. You know what I'm saying? His children and grandchildren. Meanwhile, he ain't got no damn love for Jacob's brother, Esau. No matter how much you sit there and beg and plead, you know what I'm saying? The Lord is only going to have love for us as a nation. And we should look at that and we should rejoice at a God that loves, you know what I'm saying, so-called natives more than he loves the people that have destroyed our nation so long ago. You know what I'm saying? And the people that still destroy our nation till this day. We should rejoice in this fact. But instead, we sit there and we try to fight for our oppressor. We sit there and we try to fight so that God will love our oppressor and any other heathen nation that we see fit. You know what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, shoot, you can sit there and do that. You know what I'm saying, but the main I.S.U.P.K, we are going to make sure that our people know that the Lord loves us and us only. And we're going to make sure that our enemy ends up in chains for the crimes that he has committed against our people. It's really that simple, yo. It's as simple as that. So we're going to go into the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. We're going to go ahead and get into it. The scripture is real self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? There's honestly, there ain't no breakdown needed at all. Book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, I'm saying, if you don't know this Bible right here, it's written in the Old Testament. Jacob have I loved. Saying Jacob is the forefather of blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. We'll bring that out all goddamn class. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, if you love a certain person, then you're going to end up loving their offspring. You know what I'm saying? Their children, their sons, and their daughters. And you're going to end up loving, you know what I'm saying, that person's sons and daughters, their children, and so on and so forth. But Esau have I hated. And so we all know Esau is the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor. The devil the Bible speaks of. The locust man. You know what I'm saying? This pink bastard that has ruled the earth for far too long. You know what I'm saying? That's who Esau is. But the Lord lets us know that he hates Esau. And therefore, he hates his children, his children's children, his children's children's children, and so on and so forth. It's as simple as that. And saying he hates these people because of the crimes they have committed against us as a nation. Which, you know what I'm saying, that lets you know that this great spirit is nothing but baloney, yo. Because if there was a spirit that truly loved everybody, and at the end of the day, it would have some sort of disdain and hatred for those that have afflicted and destroyed and caused all this suffering to another group of people. You know what I'm saying? That's at the end of the day, this damn spirit we believe in is it's nothing but Christianity at its finest. It's just relabeled, and that's all it is. But yeah, when you truly look into this book right here, the Bible, the Holy Bible, you'll find out that there is a God that is racist and that he only loves strictly blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and that's it. Any other nation, you can just go crawl into a deep, grimy hole, and you can die as slowly as possible. And the Lord ain't going to give a damn about it. And when I say as slowly as possible, I mean as slowly as possible. As slow as you can. Because at the end of the day, you've got to pay for the crimes that you've committed against my people. For the atrocities that have been committed against us. You got to pay for those. And as much as brothers would want a quick death for you so that the kingdom can be put into place, I want vengeance for what you have done to my nation. So whoever you are, you know what I'm saying, no matter what your status is and you know what I'm saying, your damn disgusting society, you know what I'm saying, die as slowly as possible. You know what I'm saying? That's what would truly make me as a person happy. You know what I'm saying? That's what would truly make the spirit and our ancestors happy, as if these heathens died as slow as possible and suffered as our ancestors suffered. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. You know what I'm saying? That's proper justice. You can get upset with it as you please. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Men UPK, we don't give a damn about it. So we're going to go ahead and close out the class. Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21. And the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. And I believe our next upcoming holy convocation is Passover, which is in Harlem, New York. It's going to be in April 9th. You know what I'm saying? Just keep posted, you know what I'm saying, for the times and locations. If anyone wants a trooper in the school to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or war scarf. Said Imaj Wapanya Hakwadum means turn and face the east. We're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa Shabashamayim Kwadash Hayah Shemka Yahweh Malakwaka Daba'ah Ratazaika Hayah Aisha Barataza Kawa Hayah Bashamayim Nathan Lanawa Lakam Ka Yawam Wasalakanawa Kabawatanawa Kasalakanawa Kabawatayanawa Wala'a Dabayayanawa Badasaya one Abba Hawashayanawa Mayan Rai Kaya Laka Hamalakwath Wa'ala Wataparath Lawalamyam Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. Slack. The prayer for the Hakak, or the power, in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Babakashah, Nathanawa, Hakak, Hakak, La Raba'ah, Ka Makala, Ka Madawa, Hakak, Natahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, La Hakim, Hamatim, Hakak, Al Rakawah, Atama'ala, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the one Armand. The prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. The prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushai. Wam Yakalala, Walahayam, Matazabia, Alawap Yahannah, Halawapyam, Hazaranyam, Hakwatazayanyam, Hakayayam, Wakwatian, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh, the one Amon, the birth of the blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, thank you. So be it. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction and death to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction and death to the heathen, and shake loose the pockets of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force the riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction and death to the Edomites and to the nations and their drug dealers, the criminals, Amalek synagogues and Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift death all the heat that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the terrorists. Cause them to go to and fro throughout the earth and destroy. Cause the terrorists to come against America and destroy them in their strongholds. Let America shake at the hands of the terrorists. Let Yahweh, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and kill all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is, the angels that hath done it. Cause it to be spread throughout the media, throughout the whole world, cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. Always. So be it. Sir, which means a turn. Say, sisters can be seated. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel. Imajim Shabbat. Imajim Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Barakatam. Yezmatah. I'm saying sisters can now stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute to all the sisters, men of Israel. Imajim Shabbat. Imajim Barak. Yahweh Shemar Alatam Ba'ashim Yahushua. Yezmatah. Class dismissed.